Um, Monica, thank you so much for being here on this call here between you and I today. And it's amazing that we met yesterday and just awesome. So thank you so much for being in my life and what we're going to do for other people here together. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you. I just, oh my gosh, I feel all through my body right now with you right now. I can see like fractal patterns as I'm looking at you. It's yeah, surrounding you right now. It's just amazing. It's just awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Explorers.
Oh, thank you. So I'm going to let you just kind of get into things and lead for a little bit, but blessing to meet you yesterday. So go ahead.
I'm at a loss of words. You know, it's funny because so I usually am channeling so strongly in readings, so it's just streaming in, you know, whatever it is that's coming through. And right now at this moment, I'm just feeling so grateful. I was excited because I was going to say to you, isn't it amazing how things unfold so synchronistically sometimes that for myself, I go, well, maybe this is just the dream. And so it would make sense that I would know all these things, or all these things are coming through, because it's the same in my dreams at night. You know, I'm the dreamer. So of course, you know.
Oh gosh. So I'm just holding the space and holding the voice of us like together. It's just awesome. So yes, we're working with the frequency, this stuff right now, which is beautiful, bringing the technology of science and this stuff together. And what you had mentioned, the text message earlier on to me, that was really very interesting that you shared with me, because it's my intention with Joe Dispenza. I think a lot of Joe Dispenza. I spoke to my associate colleague upstairs, Alexandra, who's with me all the time, and she's a big Joe Dispenza fan. And it was interesting because it's going to come down to Joe is going to embrace this technology is crystal clear as I see this right now, or else it's going to be just about the money and ego is what's going to happen here.
Yeah. Yes.
Help the masses is where this is going right now. And I do believe that Joe is going to come on board because he's a beautiful person is how I see this happening. And Nassim Hardin, there's things that we're putting together. I'll share with you, maybe even another phone call. We'll see how long much we want to digest here in this call together. But that's what it's going to come down to, because it's going to help rebalance everyone. Not everyone can go ahead and just raise their vibration thing. Like I deal with people that say, "Oh, that's cool technology. Like I don't need it, but other people do." I'm like, that's ego. We can actually work with this together because all frequencies is, from my understanding, like what I've seen here, and it's such a blessing. I think it can only enhance. It's kind of like adding salt in a great recipe already and just kind of strengthening it, you know, it's the flavors up a little bit, you know, taking it up a notch. So that's what I see for everyone. So it's absolutely amazing. Yes.
So I'm a trash artist.
A what artist?
A trash artist.
I like that.
I make jewelry and sculpture and different things from coffee grounds. Oh, what?
Infinity and infinity.
Whoa, that is awesome.
And this I'm proposing is the new, not to cut you off, but as the new logo of Healy. And I'm actually working on, are you familiar with Art Crystal by Nassim Hardin? Again, not to cut you off.
No, it goes any direction. There is no linear in conversations that I have. So go in.
Yes, the ARK Crystal, Nassim Hardin, who is, he's been into, he is amazing when it comes to quantum mechanics, quantum, he works actually at Quantum University in the University in Hawaii. Okay, so Nassim Hardin created this jewelry called Art Crystal, which is these crystal infused with frequency, and you'll find it. We'll talk about if we have a chance to look at this. But what I'm proposing is that in the very center of this right here In the very center of the triangle, this is Trinity, Infinity, and Divinity all together in one.
Oh my gosh, I see it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I got this in Sedona, Arizona. I was called to go to Sedona. I don't even know why. And I went there recently, and this at my friend's shop. He's friends with the artist, and this was the reason why I found it now confirmed why I was in Sedona. And so this right here, Trinity, Infinity. I'll send you everything about. See the Infinity emblem? See the Infinity?
Yeah.
Like that. So imagine.
I'm really.
Yes, imagine in the very center, there's going to be a crystal infused. Nassim Hardym, who has art crystals, I'm going to put him in touch with Marcus Schmiecki, the creator of what we have over at Time Waver. And they're going to discuss what the proper frequency of this crystal, if this is a synergistic fit, which I have been led to believe it is, it will go in the very middle, and this will be a high-end line of jewelry that art crystals will fall underneath. And unite with us as a distribution force to bring these infused crystals across the world. I'm just going to wear this right now while I'm on the.
Yes, yes.
It is right above the heart, so it is absolutely just right there.
Wow, my gosh.
I'd love to get you one. I'm going to get you one.
Oh my gosh, that would be so. I can't get the words out fast enough. There aren't really even the words for it.
I knew when I was talking to you, when I flashed my arm to you, I was communicating with you in a way. I knew what I was doing, and I knew what you were doing, and we were communicating on a different level other than just words. We didn't have to say anything like we were talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and there are so many things, but I just have to say right off the bat, the tattoos on your knuckles, those have to do with your purpose and your mission. Oh my God. God.
I'll tell you what. So this is what's happened back when. Okay, so when I got divorced, I remember my brain situation. Okay, my brain deteriorated, and so I put.
Is that Ethereum?
Yeah, Ethereum, correct. So
yes.
Tetrahedron, so it's the healing point between my fingers, right between that right there. Whatever I touch, whatever it comes in is the healing. There's a healing point. I'll send you. Okay. So when I got divorced because of my mental condition, a deterioration, I put this on here. I said, if I do get married again or whatever, you'll have that connection right there. Whatever. It's not even about you married. It's the commitment, right? To whatever we do, mission. A woman, whatever, family. Okay, and so this is what happened. I put $80,000 in Ethereum at $20 a coin. Okay, and I was on a plane to go to inject stem cells into my brain over in Dominican Republic. As I'm sitting on the tarmac, Ethereum hit $1,000 a coin, and I made $4 million within 6 months. Right as I was leaving, my brain was so deteriorated. I was sitting on that flight, and I couldn't even put words together. And I went and paid I got this procedure done. I don't even associate that was my path. Okay, and I had and it struck me right there. And the universe was telling me right there. It said you can have all the money in the world, and it doesn't even matter at all. And so in health that's what the message that came to me right there. So that's that story. Now what happened? So I made a lot of money. I was a multimillionaire. Okay. And then what happened was I made my money in a thing called FutureNet, which is funny because this is on my middle finger. This is a very interesting story. All these I'll share with you. I appreciate you listening. FutureNet this was the world's first social media cryptocurrency. You can see here that this is an airbrush painting that my friend did. It's absolutely beautiful. It's because of the censorship of social media and stuff. He's got a love thing in his mouth, and there's actually teeth in the eyeballs right here. I'll send this over to you. But you can see that the towers going up. There's blood being shed. There's dollars going up in smoke. This is the 9/11 and everything that happened right there. And so we're moving.
I noticed that right off the bat.
Let me share.
Right off the bat, I noticed that.
This is Julian Assange. You know who Julian Assange is?
Yes. Yes.
Blockchains coming off the horn. The blockchains coming off the horn. The world's first social media cryptocurrency. We had the FutureNet Foundation, 6 million people on the platform. I was the top person to feed these children. And then I sent $10,000 to Julian Assange. on the board of our company, and I still have access to his attorneys with his mother as well. He can actually be part of freedom of speech, and this is what we're creating right now in a different project that we'll get to. With its own currency, it's going to set the world free. And so and we're going to heal people, because the whole money situation is a hoax. We're going to heal people vibrationally of what's going on and what I went through. So that's what this is. And guess what? That company let me down. Greed took over. Guess what? It's on my middle finger. And you know what that is right there? The reason I made like $5 million on that. Okay. They let us all down, and greed took over. So this time around, with what we've created, I'll share that with you later on. It's going to change global. It's the next Amazon. It will change global distribution goods, where your net worth is your network is your net worth. Like Robert Kiyosaki once said, no one ever even questioned that quote right there. Your network is your net worth. How would that be possible? So that's that. I appreciate this. So it's funny that this falls on my middle finger here, right here, because that's that. Then my friend Brock Pierce, who's one of the only cryptocurrency billionaires in the world, he's down in Puerto Rico, and last Thanksgiving, he invited me to come down to his home for Thanksgiving dinner. He's a good friend of mine. And Brock Pierce, I went down there, and that's EOS, the heart chakra, on my pointer finger right there for EOS. So you know a little bit. And this one, that company screwed our people over. That's just, to me, that's like a shark bite. That's like a battle wound right there. This company, these are battle wounds. But overall, that's two that were bad things right there. And I still actually have room on my thumb for a third. Actually, I never give this thought until this conversation. But this could be the third right here, because thumbs up, we did it at the very end. And guess what? 3 good ones outnumber 2 bad ones. And that's all that matters.
Yes. So Ryan, I'm crying so intensely right now because I have I can't even hardly speak, and that's really not unlike me. I mean, it's not like me to I have said to people that I don't have any tattoos, and it's interesting because it's not because I don't absolutely love and respect tattoos, but I've always said that because I'm such a lover of truth, that to freeze something in time is to solidify it. And so to me, that's stepping out of truth. And so things change, as you know, with your tattoos. And I love that you found a new truth that's just as real as the initial truth, as perspectives shift. And but the 5 fingers that I've said, if that's the only tattoo that I would ever get, is TRUTH,
right,
on my fingers. So there's just so much. There's just not even enough time to.
The symbols on the fingers, if you think about it, it is truth without even letters.
Yes,
that
it is.
Out number 2, and it doesn't matter. I'll throw all my cards on the table in my hand in front of you and say, here is the truth. I have nothing to hide.
Yes.
Here, and that's why I have these on my fingers right here.
Yes. Yes, and that's why we're talking right now. Because I knew that I had to be direct with you. I had to say what was coming in, and I knew that it was much more important than me being pandering or any perception of bullshit. I had to just tell you what I was seeing. And if you were in a position of receiving, then we would be meeting at this moment.
I'm always wide open. And
you are.
Yes, so I appreciate that 100%. We're going to have a great time getting to know each other with everything going on. I'm just having a little CBD, just a heads up. I love having this, my oils in the morning. But it's a beautiful.
Oh, did you say CBD? Is that what you said?
CBD.
Yeah, so you don't know any of this about me, but I have a whole line of CBD products.
You know what I do is I mix it with DMT. You know what DMT is?
Yes, I do.
And I'll be very open with you, Monica. I use this microdosing on it, every single hour, every 20 minutes of my awakened life to just feel the vibration of you. I experience it. I offer that to you to come in, okay? But maybe you've done it, I don't know, but I heal people through it all the time, every single day, and work with Healy with it also. The two things combined is what I do, healing people, actually.
So I want to tell you, and this is not to dismiss Healy, but when I talked to Terry yesterday, and I don't know if you know Terry or what your connection is, but I said, Ryan is a very, very special person. And I said to her, and I told her I had an appointment with you, and I told her that I was I shared without any reservation what was coming through. And of course she knows I'm a medium. And I said, and we'll see if he shows up tomorrow. And
Always
you did.
Time.
Yeah. And so what I said to her is I said that it's Ryan's connection with the infinite, with God, source, whatever, it's all just different wording. That's really what the majority of the healing that he has experienced, where that's coming from. Because you're tapping into source. But that's also what this device is doing. And I've said this for a long time, that that mediumship is very similar to the understanding we have of the internet, wireless technology. Those are just examples of the connection we have to the divine at all times. Always. It's always accessible to us. Exactly. But sometimes people need a bridge to get there, and tools can help them.
Yes, it's the most. So our goal, as I said on the call yesterday, was to bring back, remember this separation, the Galileo of science and also spirituality, and from what we have here with our patents and our technology, not to be sales pitchy at all, is the thing that when I meditate with this, it brings you right to, when you meditate with this thing, it's unbelievable. It's so amazing. Yes.
How did you come about? How did this come about, finding the device?
Well, it was divine. It was it was a message. My friend Martin Smith called me up and he said, Ryan, he goes, I know that you're full-time involved in cryptocurrency, because I remember that you bought a frequency mat 5 years ago. And I'd never even spoken to Martin. He goes, he's like, I had a message from the universe to reach out to you, to share this with you. And I was like, I was so blown away when he told me. He's like, oh yeah, 300,000 frequencies and all these, and I was like, and a frequency range of 0.1 to 1 million. I was like, whoa. Now, okay. Yeah. Now it's just about collecting people, putting experiments out there and saying, well, what do these frequencies do? Let's just work together. Collaboration is the new competition. And so this is amazing.
Yeah. Competition is illusion.
Frequency right now. I'll share something with you right this minute, just so you can see here. I'm actually rocking something called concentration acutes right here. So as I'm talking to you, I have focused concentration is going through my being right now, right this very minute.
Oh wow! Look at that.
There's 15,000 hertz going through, and every 10 seconds, this is going to change to a different hertz right there. So now 15,000, this is a 20-minute program. So this is going to switch, and I can increase the strength. I like to just rock it through my brain because I love to feel the frequencies going through my brain. And gosh, this is staying at 15,000% right now. But see, it changes just because.
So is it simultaneously reading and sending?
Yes, it's using sonar bouncing into your body. So be like, okay, well, you need this, just so there's not a glitch here, I'm going to close the system out and reboot it. So because I want to make sure it's accurate, because sometimes it has to. So what happens is as I'm pushing the button here, it's spinning. That means it's connected through Bluetooth. I push this right here. I know it's acting. Concentration next. Okay, 100%, 15,000 hertz. And yes, it's working. So that's what's telling me that I need right now is 15,000 hertz right this very second. So it's using sonar to go into my being, and then it's coming back and saying, okay, then it'll determine what the next frequency is going to be. So every time you play this program, it's going to be different for other people.
Well, that makes sense. So I'm a singer and I'm a songwriter as well.
I mean, look at my eyes right now. Not to cut you off, but my people,
Yeah.
with the why of my eyes, and yes, I did have some tattoo work around my eyes the other day, so it has them just to make me stand out even more. But people are just like, I mean, they're so they're so white right now, you know, and it's just like, I can focus when I'm doing this, I can focus and basically many times straight get into telepathy with other people.
That is our natural state.
Of course it is. Of course it is. But people are so thrown off, like you're talking about. People need tools to get there. And hey, I'll set ego completely aside. I'm not. I'm just. This is it. Come on, it's 2020. For goodness sakes, you know.
So, Litecoin is the coin that I was watching Bitcoin back from probably I think it was 2013, and I was just observing it. And as a lover of truth and communication and whatever form it takes, and innovation, different ways, and of course, if all those fit in together, then that's a beautiful combination. So Litecoin was the coin that I chose to invest in.
Hey, how's that going for you?
I cashed out completely of all my coins. I cashed out when right after the beginning of the drop, around Christmas time of, what was that, 2 years ago? Now I've lost when they started, there was the high, and then, yeah, I pulled out.
Fun.
What's that?
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. Well, and I had other things that I was doing because I'm always, you know, doing different things. So
what was the truth in Litecoin that attracted you to it? Because I don't know all that much about LTC. It's kind of like the silver and gold of Bitcoin to Litecoin is how. So
yeah.
It's faster. I'm sure it is. Doesn't take much to be much faster. I work with the fastest cryptocurrency in the world. Is the one I've decided to put my name on, which does 18,000 more transactions per second than Ripple XRP. So my coin I work with is does 68,000 transactions a second, and that's more than any coin on the face of the planet. We don't need anything else faster. But what I will share with you, Monica, is that I always say this: is that monetization is the next technology beyond blockchain. This is what's going to really go into the truth, because you can have 4,000, 5,000 cryptocurrencies out there. What are they doing? That's not truth. They're sitting here stealing from one another. Oh, these coins are all fluctuating. And when you have think about this, when you have a social media grid, what if if there was a monetized social grid that was done into a social media platform, imagine if Facebook paid back 90% of the $285 billion back to the people, because it's our data. That's our online identification. Right? Mark Zuckerberg is nothing special whatsoever. Okay. No offense. He just, his intention is not pure as it could be. Let's just put it that way. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe if he saw the truth that I could share with him with this, all ego aside, and what I share with other people, because I have this in a video, there's no question about it. He'd be like, but it would be, you'd have to, I don't expect that from him. So what I am actually working with the developers of that previous company, where the financiers, the CEO of the company turned on them and cut them out of the situation. So who created the world's first social media cryptocurrency, I'm bringing them into to work with us at the fastest cryptocurrency in the world right now, to make a social media grid, a social media network that pays back all the people that comes. Okay, so all that right there. So get back to monetization is the next technology beyond blockchain. Okay, think about this. Okay, so this means that if you have a monetized social grid, let's say I tell you about the social media network, you go tell some other people, it forms this grid of people. Okay, for life. Now what happens is corporations, let's say Tesla Motors comes to this, which is Suponic Social, is SUPONIC, Suponic Social is what we're creating right now. And they say, okay, Tesla, Elon Musk says, we'll pay $3,000 every time a car sales. We'll pay $300 10 levels deep is what happens here, okay? And we're dealing, remember, keep in mind, we have our own cryptocurrency within the social media grid, okay? And so what happens is when you log into your social media and you see, oh, Tesla Motors paid me $300 last night because a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend down 8 levels or 10 levels deep bought a car. You're like, wow. What you have to do, what you do is you retweet that on your wall right there within the social media thing where you can have unlimited friends, and you say, hey, congratulations to my new friend, my friend that just bought this Tesla Motors car here right there, and I really like it. I'm thinking about getting it, and thank you, Tesla, so much for paying me $300. You just gave your social media stamp of approval across your monetized network for life in that social media grid. Now what happens is 2 weeks later, there's 2 more people of those hundreds of thousands of people underneath you that buy a car. You're like, oh, she's made $600 more this week. And so this could apply for, anything coming into this. So it creates a competition for companies to come into the grid. They strike a contract, how they can help the people the most. You see what I'm saying?
What's the name of this? Is this something that you're working on, or this is something that exists right now? Because I actually started, so I was trading coins for a while. I have a friend who was, she was an investor. Basically, she invested in me as an intuitive, as the medium, because I've always, I don't want to say that I know every, but she knows that what's up?
You're on the right path. It obviously is blockchain. Obviously it's cryptocurrency. And not to cut you off, but you see this flag right here, these corporations right here, and you see the anonymous flag up there on top of this?
Yes, I also saw your mask. Yes.
Right here, there is a lot of those corporations now. This in the last 3-4 months, looking at that flag, how many of the CEOs have stepped down? Okay. So you're on the right path. Just to, into what you were just saying right there, I'm going to show you the next level in cryptocurrency and invite you to be part of that, and you'll see
what is the name of that then? So is this already available? Because there was something similar to this. What is it?
$105 to come in, and you're going to get about 250 of the tokens. This is created by
I may already be in. What is the name of it?
Suponic Global. Suponic Global, SUPONIC, Suponic Global. The billionaire who is the head of Alibaba for all the country of the mentor to Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, and that worked with them, and he was on the board of IBM. That's my business partner.
I love Alibaba. I actually just ordered some copper mesh from them.
Well, so this is, but now just imagine the whole next level is a social media grid where companies just keep dripping things on. Well, I'll send you a video. It's 45 minutes. It's already made. I'll send it over to you so you can take a look at the whole picture of how this ties into the music industry. Because imagine a concert ticket, for example. Let's say that Paul Van Dyke. You've heard of Paul Van Dyke before, maybe? He's a electromagnet, electric music. I like electric music.
Oh, yeah. I'll check him out.
Yeah, Paul Van Dyke, DYKE. So just imagine if I'll send you the Quarantine album. It's really nice and smooth and awesome. You'll like that.
All right.
So imagine if he comes to the social grid and says, look, our tickets are $80, but we're willing to give $30 of that to the thing. And we'll say, to heck with, what's it called? I was actually that guy's real estate agent, the CEO of Live Nation. Okay. So no longer, so now they're not dealing with Live Nation. They're dealing with the social grid because they're like, we'll give $30 in commissions through the grid. So imagine that's 10 levels deep. That's $3, 10 levels deep, right? So if a friend of a friend of a friend of yours that you brought to the grid, then now you're like, oh, I made $3 from Paul Van Dyke. Interesting. Let me tell this guy I'm going to call him back because I'm.
Yeah.
Come back. Yo, hey Timmy, I do apologize. In the middle of a very, very important. I have to keep this flow going right now. I'll text you as soon as I'm done, and we'll have to reschedule for later on. I apologize. No, everything's good. Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you. I got you, buddy. Thank you. I'll be right back. All right, so not right back, but back. So anyways, so now what happens is, Monica, is you're looking like, I made $3 of Paul Van Dyke. Very interesting. So you don't pay much attention to it because you're like more stoked about the 300 you made with Tesla that day also, right? But it's in you're like, it's in it's the ascending order of how much who paid you the most that day, or in that grid. So now let's say 2 days go by and you're like, oh, I just made $12 Paul Van Dyke. Now it's registering in your mind that Paul Van Dyke is probably on tour, and you're like, oh gosh, I'm feeling it. Seems like like a lot of my friends are actually starting to go to this. So you're like retweet that. You're like, hey, I'm thinking about going to Paul Van Dyke. You guys want to go? I've already made like $15. People are, it's in Seattle, and it has a link within the thing that's Paul Van Dyke. Here's the tour within the earnings report, right? So now you're able to retweet it on there. And now basically your tickets are free because so much money, you've invited so many friends, right, to get the tickets.
Mhm.
This can apply all the way down to a song. Now we're taking out iTunes because an artist with iTunes only makes 3 pennies. Instead of them charging $1.20 a track, that's what happens. iTunes takes all the money and gives the artist, here's 3 cents. But imagine if they can come to the grid and be like, look, we'll take 2/3 of the profit. We'll give 1/3 back to the people, or we'll split it 50-50 because we're tired of getting screwed over. We'll give 60 cents. That's 10 levels deep, 6 cents each. Look, we can take it down to the micro transaction, and we're dealing with the coin of the people, the world's first monetized cryptocurrency. Boom.
I'm writing down people that I want to connect you with here. This is coming. Have you worked with Katy Perry before?
No, but my daughters like her. I like some of her stuff, but she's been a sellout to the globalists in my eyes, from what I've seen.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
If the truth with this, just like people are gonna have to look at it, just like Dispense is gonna have to look at this and say, is
yes.
that Katy Perry's gonna be like, that
yes.
is true. So, because she had to sell herself out is what she had to do, just like Lady Gaga and all those people. So she really.
Wow. Okay. So I have chills right. So one of the things in.
Freaking fun. You want to talk truth? Me and you are the truth.
So when there are themes, synchronicities, I call them themes. They're synchronicities. They're all that. It's the box, the bullshit box that we put ourselves in with our concepts. Every synchronicity, every pattern, every theme is a poke in that box where the light shines through, that we are connected to anything and everything that exists. And when all of these patterns come through and you connect those dots, that's when that's why Litecoin. That's my answer to that question. Why Litecoin is because, and the song is Ready to Rise. So it's not actually the word, but it's I'm ready to rise. You don't have to make the choice to live without or speak your voice. Those are the lyrics of Ready to Rise.
Beautiful. I like that a lot.
Well, and the people that it is so the synchronicity that I'm seeing right now is, so there was a conversation about Donald Trump and pinning down, how do I feel about Donald Trump? And I said, I'm a trash artist. And that's why I say to you, I'm a trash artist, first and foremost. That means I believe in redemption.
Right.
That means I believe that something is not done until it's done.
Exactly. You got
right. So that's Katy Perry. That's yeah.
There's never a final product. It always keeps going.
That's right. The new evolution. So
yes. So you have connections with these people. As this is here, the whole social media network heads up. We'll be ready by September 1st. In our exchange, we put $25 million into with the creation of the coin. We'll be on our own exchange that we own is going to be available October 1st. Heads up.
Hold on. Excuse me. So Katy Perry is she is, or at least was, a strong advocate and investor in Bitcoin. So I don't know if you are in cryptocurrency.
I wasn't aware about that. That's very good to know.
Yes. So much so that she had her nails done with all the different forms of cryptocurrency, little drawings on her nails. And, as a woman, when you get those on your nails, that means something, right? So I have a friend that I want to connect you with. She was the initial investor. So one of the things that's always been the case for me, because my main drive is truth. And so if money happens to come from something, then wonderful. It supports the project I'm meant to be doing. If there is no money, I'm not meant to be doing that project. However, if someone comes in as a financer of that project, then it's meant to be. So the woman that I want to connect you with, she was actually the financer of the project for Litecoin. And after I had been following it, but I knew it in my heart. And so, but it was after many times, I mean, we're talking Google, I mean, for always seeing where things were going and how people were bringing more awareness was coming out, and trends, and just always seeing what's possible for us, and where, you know, the politics and all that slow moving bullshit. Anyway, so I'm going to connect you with her. She lives in LA, and she she has a lot of friends that you could talk to about this as well.
Wonderful. That's awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the artists need a platform, especially during this time, because everything is changing. There's no new movies coming out because no one's going over there. It's perfect timing. That's why this is why Byron Scott, the LA Lakers coach, is one of my business partners. He's on board with us. This is why about 10 of the LA Lakers are AC Green Hall of Famer. They're all business partners of mine in this cryptocurrency right here. So we can have we have Kate Berry go hang out with the LA Lakers, who are my business partners.
Perfect. Well, Katy Perry is Denise's. So Denise is actually an artist as well, but she is. I moved away from LA. I used to work in the film industry, so finishing, casting, molding, animatronics before CGI was, so I worked at a place called Animal Makers. And anyway, so I am an artist to the extreme. That's also part of my intuitive, you know. She's an artist as well. We both lived in Malibu together. We were both moms in Malibu together. That's how we met, but we were both, what's that?
That's a special time, place, and beautiful. Both you were able to be together at that moment right there. That's
Yeah.
special.
Yeah. Well, we connected as artists, but we connected as innovators and truth seekers as well.
Oh gosh, this is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was the time, or when our children were young, and then 9/11 happened. And
Go ahead.
yeah. And she grew up in the Midwest, and I think that being the case, that being the climate of where she grew up, I think she had more of an innocent view. I mean, beautiful, but an innocent view. Or it didn't. She was actually really taken aback by the corruption and what she was seeing, and it was very shocking for her to see that, you know, wait, and to me, I was just, well, yes. There are lies. There will always be that, because that's part of the yin and yang, the material, spiritual. This is part of the survival aspect.
But when the systems are in place to create that, that's what's going on there. So what do? We create a better system. That's why.
Yeah.
You know, when I went to the pyramids, I'll send you a picture. I went to Giza and go inside the pyramids and stand in front of the pyramids, just to be in their presence and their strength. I went there. I made this amazing picture. And this is, when I share this picture with you, it's going to be a synchronicity. I don't want to get into my phone right now at all, but I'll show this to you later on. We'll have a follow-up conversation.
I'm looking for my notes on my pyramids. Always come in my drawings and readings.
I have to share this picture with you right now. You know, I want you to absorb, look at this picture and tell me what your thoughts are, what your reading is happening to write this right here. This is gonna. You have your phone in front of you right there anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you one picture here to take a look at, because some of these things. Just go ahead and just here's a good shot right here. Just come over to you and zoom in on the pyramid one, but this is to show you that was not necessarily a nice camel. Then the guy said hop on the camel right here. See, I have a Bitcoin shirt right there. Okay, the edge of the nose of the camel lines up. You've seen plenty of people hop on camels and do this, right? But look at this, how the edge of the camel's nose is on the very edge of the pyramid.
Yes.
The heel of the camel is the very edge of the pyramid. I have the full picture I can send over to you. And also my hand is right in the very middle of the pyramid. All he said was hop on this camel. Hop on this camel. And even the chemtrails are perfect in this picture right here. And I have my Bitcoin shirt on right there. You see that?
Wow.
And then look at the next picture down. There I am with King Tut's, right there with King Tut's chair. But you look at the camel and you see, I call it slaying the beast right there. That camel was not the nicest camel at all, even though it looks like the camel in the camel cigarettes box and the one that I'm seeing on the pyramid. So
Love it.
this whole thing that we're talking about, creating a whole new system, it is the pyramid structure that changes the whole entire paradigm, which will make it to where people's intentions and what they do in life are the purest, because it will have a solid foundation. The pyramid is the strongest structure.
Love that.
And that's monetization right there. Beyond blockchain is what that is. Monetization is the next technology beyond blockchain. All these coins are nothing compared to what is to come. All you need is a coin that can handle the amount of transactions, but it's done with this and with the right purpose and intention. I always say this in life: if not this, then what? This was taught to me. If not this, then what? And that is exactly where we are with frequency and the financial system. And I'm creating this social media platform to bring frequency to all the tech people in the world, because they're all going to come on, all the entrepreneurs, so they can massively distribute frequency and heal the planet in the fastest way possible.
Ryan, I'm going to ask you something, and I know this may seem like this is taking it in a totally superficial direction.
Go ahead.
Are you in a relationship right now?
I am the kind of guy that will have two women on both sides of me that I've been physically with, and I'll have my hand on both of them at the same time. And
I get that.
Like I don't.
Okay, that is truth, and I really honor that. The reason that I'm saying this is Denise is my friend's name. All of the things that we're talking about here, it's not that I don't know. These are all things I know. These are all things I get. But we all have our role in this.
Yes.
And right now, my role is to bridge people. My role is to be a medium and an artist, and my role is not to be what your role is to be or what hers is. But I know right now she's been struggling because she's been wanting to have these conversations like we're having right now. She is brilliant. She has an extremely, she's like you. She's a truth seeker, but she also does this research, and she spends hours and hours and hours. I just feel the reason I say you need to talk to her. She's the one that was the investor.
I have time to do this, or else we could do tomorrow.
Say that one more time.
Today, or else we can do this tomorrow with her.
Okay, we need to talk to her right now.
I need to connect. Well, yeah, let's just protect this space for a few more minutes and conclude this as a beautiful recorded conversation for you and I and whoever else we choose to share it with, because this is a historical conversation between you and I, because the message coming to me is you are going to be the messenger, tying us straight into California, where our company, by the way, there into the music and stuff like this. And we are going to change all in that music, bringing it back to the people, including everyone, is going to, I mean, musicians take their own lives because they never make it and they're losing their passion. They're so passionate about it, but they never, because the way the system is against them, it ends up destroying them because they can't get their voice heard, and and their families fall apart. So this monetized system is going to turn the tables upside down and protect everyone, because for once, everyone is going to be monetized, where their network becomes their net worth. Just like Robert Kiyosaki said, it was such a brilliant quote. No one questioned, well, if that's the case, then what's the most efficient way to make this possible? It is by having a social media network with its own cryptocurrency. That's what this is right here. And that's what we have right now. It is. Let me try and find, there was there are also reasons beyond even what I know of why you're meant to talk with Denise specifically. Because she had sent me, and I had signed up under her, and she said, oh, well, people were saying pyramid. I said, it doesn't matter. This is most of what I said, many things that exist right now, there isn't even the opportunity for pyramid.
there's the top, and then there's the underlings, and that's all there is. So, you know,
new people born every single day on earth. So the thing just keeps going. It's not about having, there's no foundation. The foundation is as soon as people come on this planet is what's happening in place here. It's like when you come on planet, you get a social security number, in that system. But in this new system, you're part of a structured grid from the day one you come on to the day that whatever happens down the road, and you're fully supported with all that going on there. It's going to be so beautiful. It's happening right this minute, right now.
Let me take a look. Hold on, let me.
I can bring you into this today, and it's a one-time fee of $105, and that gives you the coin. That gives you the crypto. Just a heads up. The next package is at $500. The next one's at 1,000. Just telling you a few numbers. Then it goes 5,000, 10,000. But yeah.
Okay, so hold on, I want to see what. I can't find what it is. So that's why I need to
Okay.
Yeah, let me talk to her about it, and I want to see what that other one. I mean, obviously this is a different context, and I like the music and everything like that. But I wrote down the name, and I want to now. Am I getting this one right? Livation was something else, right?
Live Nation is the company that brokers. LiveNation.com. That my friend Jeff Trissler is the CEO of that company. They're the one that do the global tickets of concerts. And again, well, I was his real estate agent in his divorce. So when I used to do real estate, when I used to partake in the fiat money system back in the day, until I found the truth. And that was through an ayahuasca experience that woke me up, where I was actually abducted by some Greys. And I did a 3-day thing with the Head Cheyenne Nation, and I got abducted by some Greys, 3 of them right in a room, about 25 people. And they that's a whole, I have a video on that also I can share with you. But they said, you're ready to go, to leave this. And I said, no, I have to stay here because my children, my wife's ego will never understand. I have to be here for my children. And they told me, they said, then you're going to be part of this you're going to be part of showing people the path, is what they told me. This path. And I didn't know exactly what it was, but this path that is on here, I've begged to stay back on this planet. I've had a few times that has asked me if I want to go right now. And the message told me if I left, it would create this vacuum vortex of massive energy. But I said, nope, I'm bigger than that. I'm bigger than that with what's about to come, because I have to finish this right here. So it's awesome.
Wow. That's interesting. I had I call them those dreams. They're basically intuitive dreams. And they feel different. I can't describe it, just they feel different than other dreams. And I had a dream that there were 2 beings. There were actually 2, what do you call them, aliens, or you know, they're
These were the Greys, the little 4-foot dudes, the big old eyeballs and no mouth, talking telepathically to me at the same time. And it was crazy what they did to me.
Well, the difference between the 2, there were 2, it was showed that these were real, that this was an actual thing. But there were 2, and there were ones that were of the light, and then there were ones that were parasitic. So they would actually, it was making clear in this dream that there was a distinction between the ones that were parasitic and the ones that would be bringing us more awareness. And I feel like that's the one that you're talking about, that we're bringing more awareness.
Yeah, because it was such neutral. I was like, is this bad or good? And it was such a neutral thing that I could feel it going like this. I was like, there is no, I could not, anyways, that's in a video, but I'm just excited to know you, and if there's any other things that you want to share that are messages to you right now, or things come up from, right away. Obviously we're going to be talking about these things, and I think we should take the next steps.
Yeah. So I want to ask you something, and obviously you're here, and I'm not holding back with you, because we come into contact with each other, and we're led to each other, and I think it's at this point in my life, it's okay. Let's get down to it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you: is there anything that is more important than the truth for you right now?
that's no way, because that truth is what my children, you know, these are my two daughters right here. They're 7 and 12, and they're with me.
Oh.
My oldest, I adopted her. I've raised her since she was 1. Is my ex-wife's biological, and I raised her. I was letting you know my family. I adopted her after my divorce. Actually, you know, the father stepped out a long time ago. I asked for his permission to raise, and he said yes. Thank you so much for taking care of her, and that's my oldest right there. So, and I'm open to having another one, to be honest with you, but at the same time, I want to go get snipped. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I just keeps coming back in with the explorer.
One second.
Being an explorer. Any money?
I'm sorry, can
I love the universe.
you paused up right there? Can you
Yeah.
say that one more time?
Yeah, and I see all this has meaning. Everything means something. I love it when computer screens freeze.
What did you just say, though? I need to know what you just said there, though.
I said, was there ever a time in your life when you had nothing monetarily?
Oh yeah, 100%. I was living, in college. I was like, gosh, my mental capacity was so bad, and I was living on the beach in a trailer, and my paycheck was 2 weeks out, and I had no money to my name, and I was eating. I lived off the beach because I had not a single cent to my name, and I lived off of mussels off the beach, and I cooked them on a can for like 2 weeks. So I've been broken.
Wow.
Completely out and on antidepressants and completely out in the middle of CQ, Nia Bay. You know where that's at? I was doing construction out there all by myself on the tip of Washington out on the beach. And that's how I had to go get my food, was eating mussels off the beach.
Beautiful. Oh, that is so beautiful.
It was awesome.
So I'm going to tell you a story. My perceived lowest points have been the doors or windows where my spirituality came through.
Yes.
And so that's where I was the most humble, and I was the best listener and able to receive. And so that woman that I sent you that recording of, Byron Katie, had you heard of her before?
I can't listen to you, but I will. I'll text you after I listen to it. Okay.
So I'll tell you about it, and then when you listen to it, it'll make a little more sense. So I had created a website called Speaking of You, and this was back in 2006 or 2007. I can't remember on that time. And at that time, I was working at a hotel in Malibu. I was doing 2 jobs. I was selling on eBay. I was doing anything and everything that I could to take care of my daughter and help her remain at the same school. She was going to school in Malibu, and I was driving her over the hill. I don't know if you know Malibu at all, Canaan, driving over Canaan every day, and just trying to hold it together, anything and everything that I could do. But I still was knowing at that time that the way that we could raise our vibration or raise our awareness was this wonderful tool of technology, as I have embraced and will always embrace as a tool. And so I created a website that was inspired. Do you know who Wayne Dyer is?
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So I saw Wayne Dyer did a talk on PBS, and Wayne Dyer was talking about a tribe. When someone was struggling in the tribe, rather than coming together and ridiculing them or criticizing them, this tribe would come together and they would lift them up, and they would talk about
Ubuntu.
You know what I'm talking about then? Yes.
Yeah,
so
Michael, what's his name, is Michael something that he.
Michael Beckwith?
No, Michael. I got. Gosh, He's a big Ubuntu person. Tellinger, Michael Tellinger is a friend of mine.
Okay.
He does Tellinger. Research that name, Michael Tellinger.
Okay. Well, I was so moved by this. I thought, well, how can we create this in our culture right now? How can we create this in a culture where we are so separated and divided physically, where we don't even have the ceremonies as much that we used to have so much culturally? So I created a website called Speaking of You, and that was a place where people could nominate someone that was alive, and they could celebrate them with texts and talking about this person, raving about this person, and then that would be presented to that person. So I was so moved that I created a website by what Wayne Dyer said. So my friend Denise, the one that I would like you to meet, she said, okay, Terry, my friend Terry's coming, and she's going to be performing, and they need someone to work the show. And I said, absolutely. They need someone to work the book, the CDs, the tables like that. And I said, of course. And she said, okay, well, the event is for Wayne Dyer. Are you kidding me? Of course. And so it was just synchronicity. So in order to get to that event, at that time I was struggling so much. My car actually broke down on the way. And my ex-husband, who was, as it turns out, hadn't realized at the time, but was draining our finances, draining the little that we had to live on meth. So that's so but I knew that what's that?
In the broken system, people, hope is a frequency, and the frequency goes down, people do stupid things like meth.
Yes, absolutely. Well, and in Malibu at that time, well, in anywhere really, but in Malibu at that time, there were a lot of people doing coke, meth. I thought he was struggling with mental illness. I had no understanding at that time of what it could do to you. And I had no idea of what that looked. It just wasn't a world. Like Denise, I was just very innocent in that way. But anyway, so I ended up, he said, you can't go to this thing. We don't have any money. So I got a car. I drove our car over there. The car broke down. I knew that I was supposed to be there. My car, I had to have it towed back home. This was like literally living on a prayer. I rented a car. I don't even know how I managed to do that. Yeah. I rented a car, went to the event, which was in Simi Valley. I don't know if you know where that is. Yeah. I arrived. I opened the doors to this event. The air conditioning whooshed through. And there, over the airwaves in the event, was playing Amazing Grace.
Wow.
And I cried. And at that event, that I thought that I was meant to go see Wayne Dyer, which I was, but that's where Byron Katie was. I sent you this video. There are people now, and the Katy Perry thing, I actually saw that, what is her ex-husband? What's the British? What's his name? Katy Perry's. I can't think of his name.
Russell
Brand. Thank you. Yes. So Russell, when I sent you that video, I noticed there were some other videos of Byron Katie having conversations with Russell Brand. I absolutely love him, and I couldn't remember his name, but he's also a truth seeker. He's a truth teller. Yeah. So this method is really, it's something that she's gone into prisons. She's worked with people that have, it's so simple. But I sent it to you because as a truth seeker, you know that saying, the truth shall set you free. It really is. And, ultimately, I know that that's the tool that I was meant to give you. And that this is something that's meant to be shared and on and on and on. So it's basically for simple. Is it true? It's that simple. Is it true? Every thought, every stressful thought that we have, bringing it to inquiry.
Well, I tell you what, this has been a really let me say, I think that we should meet in person right away. I invite you down to my home. I think we could have a very, very productive day. I'd love to set that up with you. And if you're available tomorrow, I'm in Bellevue here. I got a beautiful $1 million, nice, you'll love the vibe of my place. And how's your schedule looking tomorrow, Monica?
I am actually keeping myself right now pretty isolated.
Understandable.
Physically.
I just want to give you a big old hug.
But I appreciate that. The reason I'm keeping myself isolated physically is because Matt, the one that my husband that I was referring to, he has some extreme health and breathing problems right now. So I'm just trying to be really, really.
When the time is right, I mean, we can do a lot of remote and stuff like this, but
But I appreciate.
Of course, I'm just gonna, whatever messages that come to you about this, like I really would love your guidance and protection, and and same I extend, for you, you're my thoughts and stuff like this, because we're going to tap into Holly with what's going on, and so I think we should conclude this call.
Yeah.
Right? It's a lot to digest, and we should schedule something when is the next time. I'll send you some information, text and email to review, and then let's rendezvous sometime this week. And if you could, let's you and I connect on Facebook though, real quick. So you can feel me out even more, and I can fill you out more. So what's your name under Monica on Facebook?
I'm just going to send you the link directly to it right now.
All right. Yeah.
It's facebook.com/Monica's Life.
.com/Monica's Life. Got it. So that's
just
right here, Monica's Life. Okay.
Yeah. So I have
Monica and Guerrero.
Yes.
Okay, here you go. Add, follow. There's this. Let me add a message you here one second, please. Then we'll conclude this, because this is gonna be a lot of stuff.
Yeah. We could go on and on and on.
Yeah. Okay, so there's that. 3 mutual friends: Joe Bell, Sean Hall, and Tara Lynn. There you go. Message, follow, add friend. Okay, so you get a message from me, and you'll have everything else right there. Okay, there you go. Perfect. You see me? I'm smoking some hash in the back of a car with the pyramid behind me.
So what's I can't, that I'm just, it'll be suspense until the next time. But yeah, so CBD bath salts. CBD.
Go ahead. I said, please explore my pages. So I want you from abroad, since you're not over here right away, just so you can kind of see. So well.
Yes. Yes. Oh, there's Denise. Okay. So wait. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. So so just so you know, there are no coincidences. If you don't already know this, I say it's all data. You're fast, aren't you?
I am. Well, yes.
Yes, so Denise is right here at the top. Let's see what she's saying that relates to this. This is what I'm going to do. Denise also rolls just like you and I do. She doesn't question, hey, why are you connected? I'm literally going to type in this thread, Denise, you need to meet Ryan. I'm tagging you in this.
Okay.
And I'm sure she'll respond, but I want you to be connected with her already to begin with.
Okay, yeah, just put me in a Facebook Messenger if you would, please, on there. That'd be wonderful. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Let me see here, Denise. Okay, Denise, is this Denise page? Okay, okay, so I'm gonna add her as a friend. There you go. And just
good.
Message right now. Do you have an iPhone?
Yes.
Monica. Okay, if you could send me your contact card, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I'll reach out to her. I'll let you know when I communicate with her. Monica asked for us to connect. How are you? Okay, yeah, she's a pretty girl.
She is. You guys have to meet. I can't speak in words all the reasons why. You'll understand it. Okay. On many levels.
My soulmate.
if we're only meant to have one soulmate, then that is true. But we're meant to have many soulmates. So she is one of your soulmates for sure.
She's nice, nice. How old is she?
She is 48. How old are you?
43.
43. Yeah, you wouldn't know she was 48, would you?
Oh, she looks great. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, she truly is that gorgeous, and her children are all gorgeous.
Definitely love on her.
Yeah. Well, she in many ways, she needs to have conversations. There are, as you know, there are many people that that love her just for how she looks. But it's very important, and there are many people that get very intimidated or turned off by the conversations, the depth of the conversations that she wants to have. And you are not one of those people. And so that's why it's very important. I love that you said I would love on her, because she needs someone to really truly know that what the words that she's speaking are truths. And to people that don't have their head in the sand, or to people who are not so busy that they can't have the important conversations. And like I said, right now, there are things that I just have a different role. And so I haven't been able to have those conversations with her like we used to. And I know she misses those. But to me, I know that rock painting demonstrations are just as important as knowing truths and speaking truths. So I'm sure that are you looking at her Facebook right now?
Yeah.
You probably already see that there are, you guys are probably have some circles already.
Connected, please connect us. I have my Alexandra's upstairs, so I need to deal with her and stuff, and I am very excited. So let's digest this and this call. If you want to call me back anytime today, Monica, feel free to do so. Send me your contact card. I'll drop her a text if that's fine by you both.
Yes.
I will. I'm going to send you this video recording so you can share everything on it. And I will, heads up, I'm going to text you this video. It's 42 minutes long about monetization beyond blockchain. So here's what's really special, Monica. I worked for 2 years. I wanted to be able to do this video, what I'm going to share with you. And it happened to fall on the halving of Bitcoin just a few days ago. Okay, it finally. Wow. Fruition. I was inspired by this girl that I was dating, who was a cryptocurrency day trader, and I released this video because I did not want to script it. I want it to flow with massive passion, and it happened on the day. So that's the history behind this, where I laid down on the halving of Bitcoin, just historic purposes here, why monetization is beyond the next technology beyond blockchain to take it to the next level. So I'll get that over to you. Text me.
Perfect.
Watch that, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, but I would have a sense of urgency to watch that so we can really move very quickly with what we're about to do here.
Well, I'm going to call Denise right after we talk, and she probably has already heard of this, or truly, I'm surprised you don't already even know each other. That's how this is meant to be. That
sounds good. Well, let's go ahead and say goodbye right now.
Yes.
And thank you so much. Thank you. That was awesome.
Thank you, Ryan. I honor you.
I honor you as well. Have a good day, Monica. We'll talk shortly. Let's do this.
Okay. Sounds good, Ryan. Thank you.